Hello, grade 9 students. This is third lesson of your Edexcel Mathematics A free online lesson series. Okay, so then if you can remember, so last two lessons we discussed up to this, and today we need to start from adding and subtracting fractions. Now you want to get your theory books. Today the whole video will be theory discussion. Therefore, please take your theory books and put the date and write down the first subtopic, adding and subtracting fractions. Adding and subtracting fractions. You know in which color that you want to write the subtopic. You write it in black color. Right. So after that, I will show you the examples that what kind of the concepts we want to discuss here. Children, you'll just see that if you have 2/7 and if you have 3/7, so you can easily do this because you have the same denominator, you write it and you add the fractions like the numerators like this. 2 plus 3, it becomes 5/7. Right? And the second one, let's say you have 5/8, subtract, let's say 2/8. Again, that we have the same denominator. We just draw the longer line like this. So the numerators that you can subtract 5 minus 2, the answer is 3/8. So those two sums easily I can add and subtract because both the fractions we are adding and both the fractions that we are using for the subtraction, they do have the same denominator. But we can't expect the same thing in each and every question we come across. Sometimes we come across with the fractions where that they do have different denominators. If they have different denominators, by now you know, lower grades that you have learned this many times. If you have the different denominators, you want to have the same denominator. So how we are going to have the same denominator? You get the lowest common multiple or LCM of the denominator values. I'll show you an example. Let's say you have 1/3 and you have 1/2. So first what you need to do, children, that here the two different denominators now. So what I do first, I write it like this and I use the common denominator, the lowest common denominator. Keep this in your mind. Don't write the common denominator. It should be common, but it should be lowest. So that simply you want to write lowest common multiple. The 2 and 3, the lowest common multiple is 6. I write it like this. How I'm going to convert 3 into 6? Multiply by 2, right? So then the 3 times 2. So then 3 times 2, 6. So then I want to do the same thing here. So I multiply this by 2. Then the answer will be 2/3. The same way that we'll see how I'm going to convert 2 into 6. So then you want to multiply it by 3, right? So then I do the same thing here, multiply by 3. Okay, so then I write the answer 3 times 1, 3. Now I can easily do this because both of them are having the same denominator. So then I write here 6. So then I have 2 plus 3. So then the final answer is 5/6. Right? The same thing we are using when we are having the different denominators. If it is the, let's say, the subtraction, right? So then we'll take an example from the book itself. So then it's easier for us. So then let's say you have 3/4, 2/5. 3/4 subtract 2/5. Now here what you do, that you draw the things like this and you write the LCM 20 here, right? 4 times 5, 20. 3 times 5, 15. 5 times 4, 20. 2 times 4, 8. So then you can write that here we have the same denominator. Then 15 minus 8, the answer is 7/20. Right? Okay, so then this is how you add and subtract the fractions. So here the first two examples I showed you how you can add and subtract the fractions which are having the same denominator. In question number 3 and 4, I showed you how to add and subtract the fraction with different denominators. So in that case, first what you want to do, you want to convert the different denominators into common denominators. For that we get the LCM. Now after getting the LCM, that we want to adjust the numerators accordingly. Then we have the same denominator and you can add or subtract like we did in question number 1 and 2, right? So then we'll see that what are the things we want to cover. Let's say something like this. 3 1 over 3. Now we do have the fifth example. 3 1 over 3, right? Subtract 3 1 over 3, 1 3 over 4. 1 3 over 4. If you can remember, in grade 8 also, to solve this kind of thing, the textbook, they have used a different method. But my suggestion and my recommendation, if you come across with a mixed number, children, always convert them into improper fractions. That's it. Yes, we have to deal with the big numbers. That's totally fine. Convert the mixed numbers into improper fraction. How am I going to do that? 3 times 3, 9. 9 plus 1, 10. 10 over 3. 4 times 1, 4. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 over 4. Now I can't subtract this. Why I can't subtract? Because I do have different denominators. I know the LCM of 3 and 4, it is 12. 3 times 4, 12. 10 times 4, 14. 4 times 3, 12. 7 times 3, 21. Right? So then I write it like this. So then I have 12. Then I write 40 minus 21. So then you quickly do 40 minus 21, subtraction. So then what is the answer? It is 19. Right? So then here I write 19 over 12. Then I can't keep the answer like this because it's an improper fraction. Then what I do? So 19 divided by 12. 12 times 1, 12. So then the 7 remainder. So then I write 1, 7 over 12. Right? 1, 7 over 12. So that is the answer. Hope it is clear for all of you. First, we converted the mixed numbers into improper fractions. Then we looked at the denominators. Then we realized, so they do have the different denominators. We want to have the common denominator. For that, we use the LCM concept. After making the common denominator, we want to adjust the numerators accordingly. So then everything is set for subtraction because we have the same denominator. So then we deduct 21 from 40. It gives you an improper answer. So then I want to convert that improper fraction into a mixed number because the original question, it is all about the mixed numbers, right? So then we will move to the next, the theory concept they are talking about. That is the order of operation. This is very important. You have started, yes, you have started learning this in grade 6, if you can remember, right? So then we are going to revise it, but here that in this book, you don't have the sums you did in grade 6, that these are more complicated and in an advanced level. So then we want to revise the concept very well, right? So then here, children, so under the topic adding and subtracting of fraction, right? Adding and subtracting fraction. So this is the homework you want to do. Mark the question numbers. So here we do have exercise 4 and 4 star, no? Right? Exercise 4 and 4 star. You want to do the word problem of exercise 4. So that is important. In each and every exercise, you want to do the word problems because most of the students are struggling with the word problems. If you see the numbers, you do something. But when you are dealing with the words, you have to understand it. You have to have your own punctuation marks when you are reading it. It's a pattern. It's a style, children. Therefore, you want to practice this a lot. So don't skip any of the word problem when you are doing the sums. So then in 4 star, you want to do not all the sums. You can do these ones, 8 to 12. So these 5 questions, right? These questions you want to do. Okay, right. So then we will move to the next topic, and there also you want to do these word problems, right? All the word problems you want to do, right? In both exercise 4 and 4 star. And in addition to that, you want to do these sums. 5 sums I have given, right? So then we will move to the next subtopic. Write down the next subtopic, order of operations. Order of operations, right? So pause the video and write down. Now here, children, that this one you have heard, bud mass or bid mass. And some countries, they use it, especially in USA, and they use it, USA, Canada, they use PEMDAS. So then by any chance, let's say you go to USA or Canada for your higher studies in one fine day, and that you will think what it is, that those days teacher didn't teach us these things. No, that different countries, they do have different terms, but the concept that they are talking about the same thing, right? Here that as we are following the UK curriculum, that we'll move with bud mass or bid mass. I will tell you that what it is, that first of all, we want to write that you can take the first letter that we take, bid mass, right? The bid mass. And we write here that what it is, that this is bracket, right? So this is index, and this is division, this is multiplication, and this is addition, and this is subtraction. Children, when you have a sum with all these options, so you want to give the priority according to this order. If you come across with a bracket, first you want to solve the bracket. But when you're trying to solve the bracket, inside the bracket, you have the addition. Then some students, they think, no, according to the order, we can't touch addition, therefore we want to keep it. No. Inside the bracket, you come across with addition and subtraction, that's totally fine. I'll tell you like this, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say that you have your birthday party, and that you have invited your principal, class teacher, your subject teachers, friends, and everyone. Let's say that everyone now that they have come, now you serve the drink, right? You just see that when you serve it, now you have the tray with you, now you are going to serve the cool drinks. So then to whom you are going to serve first? Are you going to serve the friends or the classmates first, that when you have the principal in the gathering? No, right? So we go and serve him, right? So then you go to principal, and he is in that, let's say, the VIP table, and most probably, let's say he's an all gentleman, and that he has come with his driver, right? So then let's say that it's not that the good thing, but normally that it is a practice in the society that we can't categorize the people looking at their profession, but automatically that we do have that concept in our mind, right? But let's say that you have something like that, and you go to principal and you want to serve him, right? So he is the super VIP person, right? The VVIP person here, that like similar to brackets. You want to serve him, you want to solve him, something like that. And that when you go there, so you see that his driver is with him. Are you going to serve only the principal? No, right? You just serve that the other person too. Similar to that, children, when you're trying to serve the bracket, if you come across with the bracket, inside the bracket you have the addition or subtraction, which you are having the least priority in this order, still we have to do it because he is inside the bracket, the most superior person. So you just take the principal's example, that you can't just serve only to principal, that you have to serve that whoever that the supporter who has come with him, right? Similar to that. Then you go to your class teacher, then the subject teachers, then the colleagues, that sometimes that there might be your grandparents, or that your parents, the office aunties and uncles, or based on that you serve it, right? Then later you So your friends, classmates, or the little ones that who are younger than you, so similar to that, we have an order. So this is the order you want to learn, children. So then with the sums, you will learn that how to do that. So first you pause the video and copy down this. And for that, I want to do, let's say that you have division and multiplication together, right? Division and multiplication together. According to the order, we want to do first division. But if you come across with a situation, first you can't, for an example, let's say that you have, let's say, 4, no, 2, we'll take 2 divided by 4, and this side you have 3, right? Now, according to this, the division should be first, no? Right? The division should be first. The 2 divided by 4, we can, but it gives us a fraction, right? It gives us a decimal. It doesn't give us a whole number that you can't divide 2 by 4, right? Even though we get a fraction or a decimal answer, we don't get a full answer, whole number answer. Therefore, what I do, right? I multiply this by, let's say, 14 here for an example, for my easy reference, right? 14 times 2, 28. That 28 I divide by 4. It gives me 7. Hope it is clear. What I wanted to show you here, according to the bit mass, first I want to take division, but in this scenario, if I take the division, I can't do it. I can't proceed with that. Therefore, what I do, I keep it aside. I do the multiplication. 14 times 2, it is 28. That 28 I divide by 4 and get the final answer 7. Hope it is clear. So addition and subtraction also like that, right? So sometimes we can't go for the addition, that we have to do the subtraction. It's vice versa, that we have to think and do accordingly, right? So then we'll move to the textbook and see that what are the questions they have taken. So we'll write the question. 7 minus 3 divided 7 minus 3 divided 5 minus 2 multiplied 5 minus 2 multiplied 2 square plus. Now, according to the word mass or the bit mass, what is the first thing we should do, children? The bracket, no? Okay, I'll move to the bracket, right? When I move to the bracket, now inside the bracket, I can see the subtraction like that, the principal and his driver's case. Don't worry that you just do it. 5 minus 2, it is 3, okay? Then I want to go to the index, that here, that you get the answer. 2 times 2, the answer is 4, right? The answer is 4. Okay. So then we do have that I rewrite the question. You just see now. 7 minus 3 divided by 3 multiplied by 4 plus 5. Now 3 divided by 3, 1. 1 multiplied by 4, 4. I rewrite the question. 7 minus 4 plus 5. So then if need, that you can rearrange how? That we can write it as 7 plus 5 minus 4. 7 plus 5, 12. 12 minus 4, 8. We'll check that whether that is the answer. Yes, that is the answer, right? So go through this one more time, that I'll give you 1 minute, go through this. Right. So then, hope it is clear. Now we will move to the next example they have given. Let's say whether we do have any other thing. Yeah, we'll do this thing. Right. So then we'll move to the whiteboard and rewrite the question. 16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 multiplied by 3. Something like this. Okay. And 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 multiplied by 2. Children, you just see what I am doing here. I write this in a different way. Right? Then I use the division sign because this fraction, it says the division. So then I write 6 divided by 3 multiplied by 2. Then what I do? 4 times 3, 12. Then I have 16 minus 12, right? Divided by 6 divided by 3, 2. 2 times 2, it is 4. And you write here 4. 16 minus 12, it is 4. 4 divided by 4, the answer is 1. You just see that how it is, how easy it is that when you are simplifying like this. But if you are trying to do this as a fraction, sometimes you are struggling, or sometimes it might get wrong because that it is complicated with the appearance itself, right? But what I did, children, I wrote it in a simple way. I wrote the numerator value separately and I used the division sign. Then I wrote the denominator value separately. If you come across with this kind of fractional situation, better to write it like this. 4 divided by 4, it is 1. Right? So it is easily, you can do that. So then step by step you can do. We'll see that what are the other examples you do have. No, you don't have the other examples. Children, question number 9 and 2. I will guide you how to do this. Here, insert bracket in this expression to make it correct. That means that there should be somewhere the bracket, right? There should be somewhere the bracket, and then you get the answer. What you're supposed to do, you take your pencil and put the bracket here and there and see whether it works and gives you the answer, right? So then, no, it doesn't work, that it gives you totally different one, that you erase it and that is initially, that is how you do it. But that when you practice it, that is not a big deal. But initially that you have to do it with the help of the pencil, that you just put it and see that whether it works, that whether that bracket works and gives you the same answer 10. No, that you erase it and that you put the bracket in somewhere else and then you solve it and see that whether you get the answer 10. Likewise, you have to do this. So then here, I recommend you to do exercise 5 and 5 star all the sums as the examples, right? So as the homework, right? So now you have a lot to do during the weekend and that we'll meet again on Wednesday. I'll send you the answers on Wednesday, you know. So then what you want to do, children, that you have enough days, you want to do question exercise 5 and 5 star, right? And then exercise 4, you want to do the word 4 and 4 star, all the word problems, and these 5 questions, right? 4 and 4 star, all the word problems, and these 5 questions. And then 5 and 5 star, without having any exception, you want to do all the sums in exercise 5 and 5 star. Okay, children, so then we'll meet again on Wednesday. Go through the theory, revise them well, and do all the sums, practice whatever the additional sums you have. So then day by day that you go along this path, so then you have solid foundation when you start schooling in September, right? Okay, children, we'll meet again on Wednesday. Until then, stay safe. Bye.